funny, in football, we love seeing big hits, right? Ooh, top 10 play, that was a huge hit. And then you're thinking, oh my, look at that guy. He's on the ground there. He's out cold.
Chris Clayton has been broadcasting high school football games since he was in high school. Currently a sophomore at the University of Oregon, Clayton continues to call high school football as the play-by-play announcer for the university radio station, KWVA. He's seen his fair share of hits on the field that have led to concussions or other serious injuries. He says these injuries used to be almost overlooked, but that's no longer the case, as concussions are now being taken more seriously.
I think there's going to be a lot of high school athletes that are saying they're going to accept that they don't have a future in the NFL, and they're just going to say, I'm just not going to play. And then even in college, I think that we've certainly seen more retirements. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of times these guys retire after they have 4 or 5 concussions.
One player who has already had 4 or 5 concussions is redshirt junior Ryan McCandless. He talked about the difficulty and the pressure he has faced in speaking up about his injuries.
Bringing up an injury, I thought would have made the coaches look down on me, or that, I was a wuss, or that I wasn't tough. And I wanted to instill in everyone that, I'm here, I made the team, and I belong here, I can do this. So I kind of wanted to keep my mouth shut about being hurt.
But in September of 2014, McCandless received yet another concussion. This one may have ended his football career.
The doctor told me, all right, we need to come in and discuss whether or not you're going to continue playing. And then a couple more weeks of symptoms go by, and he's like, all right, this isn't really going to be a discussion anymore. This is kind of more me telling you that I need to pull you out. I had 1 more year left. I thought, I'm at peak weight, peak strength, everything. This is the best that I'm going to be. And then I'm out, and it's hard for something that your life is kind of revolved around, and I just kind of get it taken away from me. I would have wanted to have kept playing, but now I think I'm satisfied with the decision that was made.
Chris Borland is yet another football player who's had his career cut short because of concussions. Borland was a rookie linebacker last year for the San Francisco 49ers. After only 1 season in the NFL, he decided to retire because of the risks in today's game.
For someone to take the step to the point where they say, I'm not going to play football because of concussions, is too much of a risk. I think that's something we don't see very often.
It's hard to walk away from something, especially in his position where he's making millions of dollars. That's hard to walk away from that money. But to put your own safety and your own longevity ahead of money, I think that's really big of a guy like that.
Borland's retirement has made some people question where the sport is headed.
And you have to believe that they're continuing to work on things that protect your head. You look back to what they used to play in, and you wonder, man, how did people not die? And I guess, but maybe now they are. It's just been a slow death that nobody knew about.
It's a brutal sport. It's like guys come out of it, they're still dealing with injuries for years and years, and later in life, in their 40, 50, they just can't even walk.
The NFL is always coming out with new rules aimed at making the game safer. McCandless thinks it may not be enough.
Long ways down the road, maybe football is just kind of on the out. You can only change so many rules, but football is intrinsically a brutal sport.
If you change it too much, I think maybe you turn off a lot of fans. Football's draw is the physicality and the violence and the athleticism being on display, but also you do have to balance protecting the health of the players as well.
And figuring out that balance is the real challenge.